the guy.
What's good, my boy? What's good, my boy?
Hey, guy.
How you doing?
Hey. What up? It's Ray with the Y.O.W podcast. That's right. Your wins. Hey, check this out. We've been posting it all day. You know, I got one of the realest that I know. Been privileged to be able to get to know him on a more personal level. This dude is one of the most solid guys I've learned over these last few weeks, and I'm grateful that I've had an opportunity to have his time. We got Jovan Wilson here with They Be Trippin. Mind you, he's more than They Be Trippin. So mind you, this podcast, folks, is for folks to come on here and inspire people and motivate people. It's also for the person who's on here or the guest who's on here to be able to give their position on how they feel that they've won and they never took no losses, but also to, just giving perspective, as a winner, you know that even if you feel like something may have been lost in your life, yeah, it wasn't for you. Right. And if you learn from it, it's a win, because if you learn, you always win it. Right. Without further ado, I've been talking a lot. I really want to give it over to my man, Jovan. Man, tell us who you are, bro. Take it away, man.
I got you, my brother. My name is Jovan Wilson. I'm from Richmond, California. 30 years old, co-owner of They Be Trippin. And I'm just on here to talk about my wins with my man's Rain. Straight up, man.
So let's Costa Rica was amazing. First off,
where do we start?
Where do we start?
Can't tell everything.
We can't, because they got to experience it for themselves, right?
Facts.
Facts. One thing that I really want to also touch on, because I know you're a noob. Is that about right?
Yeah, I'm a noob.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a noob. Yeah.
You gotta tie it all in.
Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay, I had to ask. So what I'm saying? You're part of a dope fraternity. You know what I mean?
Yes.
A brotherhood, if you will, right?
Yeah.
So because this is one of those platforms where we keep it genuine and authentic, man. Mm-hmm. I really want to emphasize the importance of how valuable you are as a Black man who went to college, who's a part of an amazing, prestigious brotherhood. At the same time, bruh, you're a Black entrepreneur too. A Black man entrepreneur who put together a trip like that, and the thing went crazy. Go, I'm done.
Nah, real talk, bro. The reason, honestly, I started They Be Trippin, it kind of came about on some random shit, kind of. I hosted a trip to Tulum for my birthday in August. With just my group of friends from the Bay Area, from people I went to school with that now live in Houston and other places all over the country, making those connections through college. And I decided, it was like, fuck it, I'm gonna have a group trip during the pandemic. Probably not the best idea, but I entrust my people to be safe, and I know I can, take care of my people. So I did that trip, and it was a major success. It hit on another scale than I ever expected. And people were like, why don't you do group trips? And I never thought of it. Like, I've been thinking of ways to expand my entrepreneurial spirit, but I kept thinking, like, what can I do? What can I create? Not knowing I've already created something, and people were just enlightening me, like, you already have something. All you have to do is kind of expand it for everybody. So with that being said, I kind of thought about, like, you know what? I did bring a couple of people that never had helped people get their passports, people that really never been out the Bay Area. And I know there's not many travel groups in the Bay Area, especially not owned by Black men. Shout out to my brother Trevor, Westside Villain, co-owner of They Be Trippin. But I kind of talked to him. We kind of talked about it, and we're like, you know what, bro? I feel like we have a big enough platform where we could get people out the country. We can get people to take these trips. Not saying nothing's wrong with Houston, Miami, Vegas, LA, but when you touch down in other countries and just see, other cultures and other vibrations, and you just feel it's a different feeling leaving the country. You kind of feel empowered. Like, I don't know too many people who just left the country on a whim, So just having that in my mind, it was like, I can help these people get out the country. It's not that hard. I feel like people get stuck in that realm of like, damn, I got to get a passport. Honestly, people, it take 2 weeks. And if you rush it, it take a week, you know? And I just wanted to get my people out. And that's why I started They Be Trippin. And so far, the first trip was a major success. Me and Trevor put it together in probably a trip out the country in a month and a half during the world pandemic. You know, everything was successful. Everybody got out there. Everybody was safe. Everybody went home safe, you know, and everybody had a good ass time. So, which, you know, led into our next thing.
Yeah, man. I want to say, man, because I was present on that trip. And
you were present.
I was present.
You was with it.
But what I appreciated, man, was before going, you know, obviously you're going with a whole bunch of other people that you may not know, right? Facts. You can only kind of depend on the vibe of the people that you know that are putting it on, right? And I was like, you know, I'm gonna trust this guy, you know what I mean? I'm gonna trust Trev, you know, like I'm really gonna roll with them because I know that they're solid, right? And you get out there and it just literally turned into a family. Folks was just chilling, having a great time. And what it did for me was, as a young entrepreneur myself, in regards to like my brand and the podcast, I was inspired, man. I mean, because of you and Trev, like I was able to go out of the country for the first time in my life. You know what I mean? In regards to playing football and going to Hawaii, like Hawaii is cool, but that's not like going to South America. You know what I mean? That is different. You know what I mean? And then at the same time, y'all had all the information. And the great thing about it all, man, is that you really went to lengths to make sure that everybody had all that they needed. And if people didn't get all they needed, that was on them. Y'all set us up to win, right? And if we didn't come with the right things, that was on us. You never can say you didn't set us up to win and give us the script to follow through, right? Mm-hmm. The other part to that, man, is just your professionalism, how you did your best to make sure you protected your business, also protecting Trev, you know what I mean? And making sure that, you know, the business will run smoothly, you know, with just one of the other half of the best part of the They Be Trippin is on the trip. You see what I'm saying? And so I love the fact that you were able to, you know, conduct yourself in a winning mindset and still have fun, but at the same time, still be able to move on a professional level and stay as level-minded as you could. Because mind you, it's your first real group tripping under, you know what I'm saying?
That was the first official
you see what I'm saying?
Trip. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So I really want to know, because I was really amazed how fast they got put together. The moment it posted, I was like, they really do it in a month? Like, how that's gonna work? What was the ins and outs of that, bro? Like,
honestly, bro, like, it's one of the things I like to do. So I don't ever see it as a task, more so of it's never been a task for me. So me just like doing the research for, like, you know, locations where to stay. Cause, you know, I like the lavish shit. I don't want to break people's pockets. But at the same time, if we gonna go out the country, you feel me? We gonna do it big. I'm not finna go out the country and we stand in the fucking hostel. Nah, if we going out the country, I'm gonna make sure we doing it big, but affordable for everybody. So that's one of my things of, like, I want to make it where everybody can go. I don't want it to make it exclusive to where people can't afford the trips. You know, it's just ridiculous, you know, because it's a lot of travel companies out there where they make that shit like to a point where I can't go on that trip. That's not even including the fight. And I already done spent $2,500, $3,000. You feel me? So I wanted to make it affordable to where I know my people can go. And if I was somebody on the outside looking in, like, oh yeah, I could pay for that trip. Everything's included. Right. So my thing is, I want to make it to where people don't have to worry about planning. I want the only thing people to worry about is, you know, get there and have a good time. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have that stress of like, I got to plan this and where are we going to go at this time? You know, I like to put that stress on myself, you know, because at the end of the day, that will make a company 10 times more successful than kind of leaving people on a whim. Like, you know, granted, everything's not perfect. You know, Black people don't ever be on time. But, you know, through it all, it was adjustments. You know, we adjusted as we went. We knew breakfast wasn't going to work at 8 a.m. Let's switch it to 10. You know, I ain't waking up at 8 a.m. after we drinking till, we ain't going to say everything. But you feel me? You know, so the process was pretty much just doing research. I've traveled to 5 continents. You know, I've been to 5 continents, 15 plus countries. So this isn't my first, you know, like rodeo of me planning something. It's more so planning for a group of 20 people, 10 alpha males and 10 alpha females. Ooh. So it's a struggle, but I know if I can do this, I can do, you know, it's not much I can't do. So the whole planning process wasn't that hard, honestly. It's just more so doing the research, spending the time. I'm a person who I don't sleep much. So in 2 or 3 in the morning, I'm doing research. I'm looking up stuff. And shoot, that's when I do my best thinking. And I'm just, you know, kind of thinking as if, like, what would I want to do if I was going out the country for the first time? I want to do something I couldn't do in America, such as ATVing through the jungle, you know, zip lining through the jungle, you know, yacht parties, you know, and that's the type of stuff I want to bring people on. I don't want to just take you out the country and not have a plan for you, because anybody can just sit at the beach for 7 days, you know, which is nothing wrong with that. But you want to have a plan. You want to have itinerary. And I'm big on that, and kind of following, you know, a guideline. You know, everything is not going to go as planned. We're human beings. We might want to switch some things up, but having that stable itinerary and having people see that and like, oh, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm paying for. It just gives people that empowerment, such as like, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know I'm not wasting no money doing this. Oh, only thing I got to pay for is food and liquor when I get out there. Everything else is taken care of. We got a photographer, all that. And I love just when getting that reaction from people of like, I don't have nothing to worry about. We take care of everything on our side. All we want you to do is enjoy yourself.
Right. Man, first off, I want to applaud you on how articulate you are. It's not
shout out to my mama. Shout out to my mama.
Mama. Hey, for real, bro. Because the way that you are, for me, it gives me confidence knowing I came from the hood. I went to school. You know what I mean? I don't want to feel like I have to code switch in order to be able to conduct an amazing.
Oh, facts. I never code switch. What you get, what you get.
Yeah, you get what you get. And what I appreciate about it, man, is that it also gives me confidence that you really know what you're saying and you know where you're going and you know what you're doing, right? So with that, yes, it was planned effectively. And yes, there always are going to be some type of obstacles. But the reality is the way that you troubleshooted things, bro, in a winning mentality, bro, it set everybody up to be able to have a really good time, man. And yeah, like you said, we can spend 7 days out on the beach. Cool. But let's be clear. International waters are different than California waters. You know, hey, I got on the beach and thought that it was going to be cold California Santa Cruz beach waters. No. That was like bath water. I got up in that thing like, whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. I need to wait a minute, right? And at night too. You know what I mean? So the point I'm making here, man, is that I'm grateful that you were able to not only be just a man, but a black man that was able to put something together for our people to be able to get up out of the country. And that's not saying it's subjected to just our people, but I'm grateful that
they be tripping. It's for everybody.
It's for everybody, right? But it was just so cool to be able to see so many black people get out of the country, have a good time, and come back and talk about it and still be able to have conversations around when the next one gonna happen, right? Right? Have that confidence in you.
Yeah.
Because we had an opportunity to get to know you and have fun with you too. You feel me? So I'm looking forward to the next one. We're gonna get there because I know you got some brewing.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Facts.
But before we go into more about They Be Trippin', who is Jovan Fulton Wilson? Who is this amazing black man?
Hey, man, where do I start? Honestly, bro, I thank my mom for everything, bro, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be in the place I'm at now. Just pushing me to do things I didn't want to do. Honestly, when I got out of high school, I kind of was like at that weird point of like, I don't want to go to college, but I also don't want to be a bum. So I got to kind of figure it out. My mom said, she used to tell me, like, you have one way. You have one option. You can go to school or you can get out my house. So I always didn't make the right decisions. Another big person was Trevor. Like, he's the reason I went to City College and ended up getting a track scholarship and actually getting out the Bay Area. Because if it wasn't for that, ain't no telling where I'd be if I didn't get a, track scholarship to multiple schools. So just, I'm a product of my environment, but that doesn't mean anything negative. A lot of people say I'm a product of my environment and they use it as a negative term. No, I learned from my environment. Honestly, I learned from people who I didn't want to be like, and I learned from people who I need to follow, you know, and finding that balance within yourself it's tough when you 19, 18 years old, but I had enough positive people in my corner to sway me the right way. Granted, I haven't always made the best decisions. I'm a human being, you feel me? But I feel like I've structured my life to the point where everything I see right now is positive. It's positive. Even when I go through days where I'm ready to go off on somebody, you know, it'd be days where people push my buttons, but I know personally I've grown, because me a year ago, I would have snapped. Me a couple of months ago, but I realize now you're running a company. You're a face of a business. So therefore you can't always act on impulse. People see that. Everybody, just because, you know, I have a lot of people who go on my trips that know me personally, but honestly, everybody doesn't know me. Everybody doesn't know my sense of humor. So I've learned to, you know, not be so reactive, you know, kind of take things for what they are, kind of sit back and, you know, take things in for a second before you so quick to react. And like I said, I'm a face of a business, excuse me, and it's not just only me. I'm representing Trevor too, you know, and he represents me. So therefore, I have to act accordingly. It's many of times where, you know, I got frustrated on the trip, you know, things weren't going my way, and that didn't even have nothing to do with y'all. You know, the van might not have been on time, but it was times where I learned to, you know what, don't show that in front of them. Go walk away, go get yourself together and come back down and be ready to turn up. Because honestly, it was, you know, for this trip, you know, Trevor had personal things going on, so it was me. So it's like I was the host. I was the itinerary. I was making sure everybody was getting out of bed. I was making sure everybody got on the van, make sure, you know, everybody ate, everybody's drinking. So me just having that realm of like, have to totally understand everybody in every instance, it just helped me be a better person and more understanding. Granted, it was times where I was like, I need to go chill by myself for a second, but I'm learning from this situation. And if I could handle 20 adults that are, like I said, alpha males and alpha females, and are totally independent and have their own mindset, then there's not much I can't deal with, because at the end of the day, it showed me that I have the patience to handle situations like this. Like everybody's not able to do shit like this, honestly. Like everybody doesn't have the patience to plan something like this, deal with people bowing out at the last minute, 10 people leaving, let me substitute people, you know, and that just taught me patience, not with only the travel shit, just in life in general. Like stuff is not going to always be clockwork. And I'm the type of person, I like shit to go boom, 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 boom. But I'm learning just with the travel world, it doesn't work like that. And doing it during a world pandemic. I don't know many people doing travel groups during the world pandemic. So just me being an entrepreneur, and it's crazy because I didn't see myself as an entrepreneur till people actually said it to me. Because I just thought about, like, I'm just hosting trips for my people. That's it. You know, I don't think about it in the realm of like, I'm trying to make money off this. And because that's not what I do it for. Honestly, I don't care if I don't make a dime. I don't care if I break even every time, where my people just it's the rapport I'm building with the people in the Bay Area. Not only the Bay Area, I got people coming from Houston, people coming from Dallas, Oklahoma, you know, all over. And just having those total groups of people being able to come together, never met each other, and just knowing my personality, they trust me enough to, if Jovan bringing them, they cool. Right. You know, Trevor bringing them, they cool. So just having that, it just is bringing a different part out of me. It's just like, okay, I think I know how to do this now. I think I can do this now. It's like, I think every trip will be a little bit easier because I learned from that trip. I learned what not to do, and I learned what to do.
Hey, so facts. You know what? One thing, first of all, I want to say thank you, man. I mean, everything you're saying is lining up as to why I wanted to have this type of platform. It's for people like you who inspire other people and motivate people to do the unthinkable, right? We're in a pandemic, a world pandemic, right? I believe we all came back and I tested negative for COVID. You know what I mean? And And I think that's also because we did a really good job of staying within our camp, knowing that everybody that was going wasn't on that COVID life at that time. You know what I mean? So I think that you did a really good job of looking after for us, you know, on a health level too. You know what I mean? And then also too, just again, just giving you just credit, man, for how you not only are representing yourself and They Be Trippin, but you repping Trev too, man. And you know, obviously. Yeah, man, I know that's your brother, man, and I know he's not here right now to be able to be on the podcast. You know, at some point, we obviously gonna have all three of us on here, right, and talk about even more greater moves that are gonna happen. But I'm grateful that you know you both are trusting one another to be able to speak for each other, and it just speaks volumes. You know what I mean? And you're two black males. You know what I'm saying? I think the other thing too, man, you were speaking about learning, and I kind of mentioned earlier the importance of knowing that when you're learning, you're still winning, right? Like things happen. Right. But you troubleshooted it and you could have folded. You know what I mean? You could have went to forget business. Oh, man, check this out. But you stayed in the professional position as best as you can, handle things, man, with poise and not perfection, because none of us have arrived. Right.
That's not perfect.
And you move forward accordingly. And we still had a good time, bro. But in regards to falling back a little bit more, I want to say shout out to your moms. Because clearly
she on here, she watching.
Mama, we gonna give a shout out to Mama. Everybody give a shout out to Mama, straight up. For really, you know, and mind you, I'm not gonna gas you up. I'm not gonna brown nose, bro. You know, I'm doing this same thing I was doing on the trip. I'm gonna be the same dude I am on TV, on freaking Instagram that I am in person, right? And I want to give credit where credit is due, man. And I'm just grateful, bro, that you were able to. Like for me personally, you know, I got a big old personality. I'm silly as hell. I think, you know, even diving in the water and still trying to come up for a drink and getting the split in my head. Still,
yes.
Let viewers check this out.
Oh my God! Tell your story. Tell your story.
They ain't my platform, but I'm gonna tell a little bit. So I dove in head first. Bow, came up and was looking for the drink. And Jovan, he was like this. He was like, "Hey, you leaking?" And I go. I'm still looking for the drink. But the party kept going. It don't stop. Cause that was the beginning and we still continued to, I mean, I could have took the L and be like, man, I can't do nothing no more. But nah, we went there for a purpose to continue to keep moving forward and having fun, man. Adversity happens, different things transpire, get in our way, but we still got to move accordingly. Other thing, I want to know how being a noob helps create this type of forum for you, if that makes any sense. That makes sense?
Yeah, I think I got you.
How does it impact you to be able to make the moves that you make?
I'm
just saying, brother.
Everything I can't speak on.
They got to rush.
But nah, honestly, when it comes to like networking wise, like honestly, I got brothers I can call anytime, anywhere, out the country for anything, bro. And that's what I love about the brotherhood. Because honestly, I grew up as like an only child. Yes, I have 3 sisters and another little brother, but in my mom's house, I was the only child till, you know, I was 14. So I never had that like brotherhood type thing. It was always me, you know, just I'm the only child. So shit, I found ways to make my own company fun. You feel me? So once I got into college, I never really understood the shit. Honestly, I got to college and, you know, all I know is the Bay. I never seen Greeks. So I got to Langston University at HBCU in Oklahoma. Shout out to Langston. And they were the first people that brought me in. My track coach was a noob. My first roommates were noobs, you know? So it was kind of like, damn, okay, I see how these people kind of move. And you know what? That's something I want to be a part of. You know, it wasn't instant for me. I got to college and my grades was shitty. You know, I had a 2-point-something GPA, you know, and me just wanting to be in that brotherhood actually just motivated me to be a better student. Brought my GPA to 3.0. You know, I was Dean's honor roll. Wasn't on president's. They had no 3.5. But, you know, so that type of motivation. And, you know, just the camaraderie with that. It's like I've experienced it in a different way in the Bay Area, but this shit was crazy because it was like, I got people who, you know, I probably known for 6 months, but they'll do more for me than people I known for 10 years, you know? So it's kind of, it was just the whole brotherhood aspect. And it wasn't only about strolling, hitting girls, you know how it go. I mean, you know how the noobs do. But it was more so of like, once I got out of college, I seen the business aspect of it. And seeing the business aspect of it was kind of like, damn, if I want a job, this noob said I can just apply and you good. Don't worry about nothing. You know, this noob here, like, if you want to move to Dallas, I got a job for you. You good. You know, and just having that network, it was just like, damn, this is crazy. I really got people looking out for me who just straight off what chapter I'm from and what school I came from, and just fuck with me off of that, just off our history, you know, and also, you know, the person I am. I'm a humble / confident dude. You feel me? So it's a balance between both. So me having those connections, I feel like I'm a people's person. I get along with people well, you know, even people that I don't even want to be around. I feel like I can maneuver enough to get through the situation. You feel me? So just having that networking and learning how to conduct myself as a man in college. That's what I really learned. I joined clubs like College Men of Business and things like that. Shout out to all my line brothers, 10 p.m. And those are 10 people I was online, or 9 other people I was online with that, you know, help humble me too. You know, it wasn't only just Jovan, you know, you cocky right now. It used to be like that, because it used to be like we thought we was them niggas. We was. Right. Still it. You feel me? But college, I just felt like molded me. If I didn't have that college atmosphere and being able to just go to Langston for that 4 years, I don't feel like I'd be the man I am now. I never had plans to do the things I'm doing now. Like, I quit my job in February of last year on a whim, not knowing what I was going to do. Like, but I told myself I'll never work for somebody again. And I said, if I do work for somebody again, it'd be a black man, and I'll never work for a white man again. For the simple fact of, I was working at a private white school and it was bullshit, dealing with bullshit every day. So I was like, you know, how can I get myself out of this situation? How can I work for myself and, you know, make money for myself? And that's when I started in the stock market. And then Be Trippin came along. And, you know, it's just now it's like I'm making more money than I would ever working for somebody, busting my ass for somebody from 9 to 5 who really, I'm a number. We're all replaceable at jobs. You're giving them 9 hours of your day when you could be putting 9 hours in a day, Be Trippin. Or you can be putting 9 hours into the stock market where I'm making way more money. So it's like, I learned that you have to be a vessel for yourself. And a lot of people are scared to invest in themselves because they're scared to take that risk of like, what if I lose? Right. You always going to be losing working for somebody because you're never going to be their boss. And once I learned that, I was like, shit. At the end of the day, I'm 30 years old. I have a lot of life to live. So if I start now with the entrepreneurial spirit, then from now on, by 40, I don't want to be doing nothing. I want to be chilling, you know? Right. And once I got that mindset, it's kind of like, I will never, what would be the purpose of me working for a corporation? Granted, I love working with kids. That was my shit. You know, I love working with kids, but at the end of the day, I can work with kids in another aspect. I can start my own nonprofit rather than working for a school that's really not doing shit for the kids anyway. Right. So I'm thinking of more, everything is entrepreneur spirit for me now. It's like, I don't really see myself just busting my ass for nobody. For what?
You know, man, it's crazy because I've said before in podcasts before this with another person I interviewed was I remember in November of 2019, how I was sitting around the table with my son and we were like, it's the year of sacrifice. And he was like, but Dad, you always say we're winners. And I go, oh, we got to go into the new year. And so when the year wins, right? And so went to the new year, started a podcast, not knowing that we was going to run into a pandemic, right? And we think about time and how you never get it back, right? And I have emphasized with so many people, this is a time where you need to utilize your creativity, especially our Black people. We're creatives, you know what I mean? Utilize our creativity, utilize our time the right way. Stop giving your time up freely if you're not going to get a return on your investment. And,
do you hear me?
Bruh, yo.
My time ain't free.
It ain't free.
Disclaimer, I don't plan trips for free.
It ain't free, folks. So if you want to go, make sure you're ready to pay. All right.
And I also plan private trips at a cost.
comes with a dollar sign. But I'm also grateful, man, that it wasn't just me sitting there creating this podcast, hoping that I'm inspiring people to win, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, like making it an LLC, and now it's state certified. I can do my brand in my podcast, and I'm over here like, man, if I'm gonna go hard, because I go hard for everybody else, and everybody that knew me knew I was going hard for everybody else, but I wasn't going hard for myself, right?
Back.
So then I was just like, man, bump this. I'm gonna be selfish as hell, so that I can be selfless to the right people in my camp moving forward. Because people are like, oh, you selfish. You say people will be like, oh, I say, wait a minute. I thought you got to take care of yourself before you can take care of somebody else. I thought that was one of those sayings that you're supposed to have, right? But you do it in a manner to where you know that you're being selfish, to where you're going to be able to support somebody with a selfless mindset later, right?
Correct.
Like
my whole mindset, I don't do this shit for myself. I can take care of myself. My mind is at the point where now it's like, now I want to do it for my mom. Now I can do it for my little sister, where they don't have to worry about nothing, where I could just, money I'm making in the stock market, or money I'm making, I can send it over to them. And that's the mindset I have. Like, I know I'm always be good, but I want to make sure the people around me are good. My people are good, because at the end of the day, you're not really winning if the people around you are suffering. So if you in a situation where you balling and you got your mama struggling, it don't sit well with me. I can't move like that. I can't be living good and my mom's living mediocre, my nigga. It don't work like that. So everything I'm doing now is pay it forward, because people looked out for me. Honestly, I didn't get to this point of just Jovan, without my coach. A lot of places I wouldn't have got to. Send me to Africa free, send me to Barbados for free, and that got me in the mindset. I moved to China. I lived in China for a year and taught overseas, So it's like, it's nothing that I haven't done. My bucket list is a lot of checks have been checked off, but I have all my people got to live the life I got to live, And so I got that mindset of now, it's cool. I've done a lot of shit I wanted to do at 30 years old. So I want to make sure my little sister's 16 right now. I want to make sure when the time comes, she can travel whenever she wants to go. And she has that she's seen her brother. Oh, he went here. He went here. She has that. I want her to have that same mindset. Like, I can do anything. I seen him go to college. I seen him, take care of business. Even in our situation, growing up with a single mom, and he's always handled business. He handles business now. He take care of himself and, take care of his family when he can, so that's my mindset. It's kind of like, I'm trying to show a different light of how people are in the Bay Area. Cause I kind of feel like people have a perception of us. Like we all players, like at the end of the day, we do what we do, but everything I'm doing is for our people. Like, I'm not doing They Be Trippin' to make money. I keep saying that. Honestly, I do not do this shit to make money. And if y'all think I'm getting rich off of this, I'm not. I'm doing this shit honestly to
hopefully at some point. At some point.
At some point, definitely. But honestly, I'm doing this to get my people out the Bay Area. I know a lot of people who literally just don't go nowhere. Don't do shit. And not saying this in that aspect of like, nah, they don't want to go do. They don't know. They don't know how to book a flight. They don't know how to book a villa. They don't. And if I could show people that, and because it's so simple, but it takes somebody to take the time to sit down with people and show them the way. And a lot of people don't want to do that. Right. Like I'm not, for me, it's just like, man, I got to get my people out of here. Like I get so tired of people getting stuck in the realm of, let's go to Vegas. Vegas is ass cheeks. Take your ass to Costa Rica. Take your ass to Barbados. Go to Canada. Go to Mexico. And it's much cheaper. You're going to spend a whole lot less money, and it's just getting people to see little things like that. And they're like, oh, shit, I can go to Mexico. I didn't even spend no money. I've been telling you that for years, bro.
Right.
I had to create a platform to show my people, like, okay, I'm going to really take y'all on these trips and really show y'all what y'all can do out this country or even in the country.
Well, you know, Jovan, like you said something. You said a lot of great things, just dropping a whole bunch of free game. Something that I also am so like I'm baffled by sometimes is it talks about how you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink, right? And you were speaking about, what does it look like if you over here eating lobster and your mama eating cornflakes, Ain't nothing wrong with those meals. They all serve their purpose at one point. But why your mama can't have the lobster and the steak too, and why she got to be over eating cornflakes? The point I'm making is I remember seeing this picture of a whole bunch of Lamborghinis and a busted bucket sitting next to it, right? Mm-hmm. And it was basically saying that how is it that all your friends is eating and you're not? And that could be two things. You may not have did your best to listen and follow the script, or they just forgot about you and just chose to just shine on you. And I love the fact that you were speaking about, like, that's how I am. I'm one of those people that's like, if I'm eating and my friend ain't eating, yo, that's bad. That's not a good look, yo. That actually is selfish of me to know I got enough to be able to pass that over to that person, right? And we got a lot of people in our culture do the crab in the box and don't want each other to win, but we just trying to pull each other down. But you see in other cultures, they helping each other. People roasting the Mexican families because they got a whole bunch of people living in the house, but they saving a gang of money with 900 credit scores. Hold on. You know what I mean? Like, but they understand the importance of sharing. But then when you go over to a different country and coming off the plane, people got your name up and we like, oh man, that's our driver. No, and greeting us and saying what's up. I come back to America and I ain't trying to bash America, but I was like, man, fuck America for New Year's. I'm cool. Y'all ain't welcoming the people here like you supposed to. And the reality is when we got back off of that plane, man, it wasn't nobody greeting us. It wasn't nobody being friendly saying, hey, how you doing? You know, the taxi.
That's the bullshit.
But bruh, you see what I'm saying? So yes, you got to go to a different country so that you can experience the importance of finding humility. So when you come back to the States, bro, you'll know what you're missing. You'll know what we're so privileged to have. I'm like, man, bump that. I'd rather be in Costa Rica where people are being nice as hell, being cool as hell, whether if they're still trying to make a dollar or not, but that's how they making their money.
Yeah.
Bruh, but that's just how they are. Mm-hmm. So yes, man, thank you, brother, again, right? But I'm gonna tap in on something else. And you touched on it. You got me even more locked in on stocks. So my boy, one of my best friends growing up, he had been talking to me about stocks a long time ago. He was like 2009. He was like, man, I put this money in the Sprint. And then he showed me some years later, man, I got 30 bands. And I'm just like, oh, man, I should have got on that when you told me to. You know what I'm saying? And so he was like, he told me about Ross. He told me about, you know what I mean, all these different like ways to be able to day trade, et cetera. And then I see you, see, I really appreciate how you talked about the balance of who you are, because I'm learning the successful people have to have a balance, right? And you got to have some confidence coming off a little bit of arrogance. You got to have some humility and loving and empathy. You have to, bro, because it's going to keep you here, right?
Yeah, facts.
And so to be able to see you post what you've been making, etc. But then what you see, I think people look at the numbers and they don't look at the tag. So you posting the numbers, but you also tagging, yo, go check out my boy. Such and such and such. He'll get you right. And you always putting somebody on, bro. So tell me a little bit more about this stock game, man. And you don't got to go deep. You can just talk about more about how you've been winning and how you want other people to win, whatever.
Bro, honestly, like when I said I quit my job in February, I didn't have no plan. I'm the type of person I can't deal with bullshit. And if I'm dealing with some bullshit, I'm one of those. I was acting on impulse a year ago. I'm not dealing with nobody's, bullshit no more. So I was like, I know how to make money for myself and I'm going to figure it out. So I literally one day just got on YouTube and started like figuring out how to play the stock market. I pulled my 401k from my last job and I literally put it into Robinhood and was like, you know what? I'm going to figure this shit out. So I got on YouTube hours in a day and literally just studying. And then I got to a point where I started my own Black Wall Street group.
Wow.
That Black Wall Street group I have on Instagram, I started that with the Call Me 100K dude who's making $100,000 in a week. He joined my Black stock group. That's crazy for me because I'm like, shit, man, I'm not making the money you making.
Right.
You here showing everybody the game and it's 20 to 30 African-American people in there and we all making money from each other every day. Everybody's shooting each other some game. And I'm like, this shit is crazy. Like during the pandemic, that's when I kind of found like I found myself. It's kind of like, okay, I know I'm good at bringing people together. Right. All right. So I know a couple of people making money here, making money there. So I was like, I'm tired of talking to them individually. Let me just start a Black Wall Street group. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to do stuff for Black people before I do it for anybody. Just like any other race, they do it for their people before they do it for anybody. So I said, I was like, I'm starting a Black Wall Street. Right. And I have a bunch of people in there now. It's just like, we all feed off each other. It may be days where we lose money, but it's days in there with people making $40, $50, $100,000 in a day. Right. And this in a day, and it's no exaggeration. Right. If I'm lying, strike me down.
But what I do know is that you all not only have you been an entrepreneur, but you continue to be a beacon of resource for other people, right? And so what's so great about what you're saying is because even with the stock thing, if you notice during this pandemic, a lot of Black people got poorer and a lot of white people got richer. And the stock game went up and the white people was getting so much money. And let me be clear. With the Year of Wins podcast is for everybody. I'm just grateful that my people get an opportunity to have a voice and say what the heck they want to say and be authentic and real about what they're doing. So let's be clear. We're going to speak Black as much as I fucking want to, period. Right. So let's be real. Right. So with that being said, I love the fact that because for one, we don't know because we chose not to know and we chose to be ignorant. But at the same time, we may not know because we didn't have a good teacher to help us learn the way to be able to do it, right? And then once you have a good teacher to teach you how to do it, now you have a choice on if you want to move forward in it or not, right? Mm-hmm. I appreciate that you not only have been somebody who has learned it, like you say, you spent hours in front of YouTube, started your own Black, basically Wall Street, right? And at the same time, you connected with other people who are already doing better than you in some areas. But
shout out to Call Me 100K.
Call me 100K. Hey, call me 100K. Call me 100K. Follow Nothing Is Easy. Hey,
follow Westside Villain. Trevor with the stock too.
Getting there too. Because I want to know what Nothing Was Easy meant. We're gonna go there, and then I love it because you still winning. And then Westside Villain. I want y'all to go check out these Instagram names. I'm gonna tag them in the next post. I've seen a little snippet of me and Jovan going in and out. I want folks to follow these good people because these are solid people who not only are doing great things in the community. Trev is a firefighter, yo. Like, I'm going through the fire process, bro. This dude is helping me. At the same time,
that man out there saving babies, saving lives,
bruh, and having fun on the piano while it's on fire, bruh. But at the same time, I want to emphasize the fact that there are Black men along with Black women, because we're gonna have some Black women on here too, talking about the great things that they doing too. Don't trip, right? Don't start tripping, right?
Don't start tripping.
But I'm grateful, man, that we get to have folks like you on the show to be able to talk about the inspirational things that you are doing for not only yourself, for your mom, for your family, but for people around you, man. Even right now, this is the forum for you to talk about yourself, so you can say whatever the hell. You can talk about you. And people are like, oh, stop talking about yourself. You so into yourself. Like, wait a minute. People got stories. People got things they want to talk about. People got entrepreneurial positionings. Like, they have a place to do that here. I'm not going to sit up here and ask you questions, make you feel awkward. Like, no, we're going to have authentic conversation and you're going to lead the conversation, right? So with that being said, bro, you are positioning people to be inspired by you, right? To be able to go do the unthinkable that they didn't even think they could do months ago, a day ago, an hour ago, a minute ago, bro. So thank you. What the hell? So I'm going to thank you again. How about that? Deal with it. Deal because I'm tripping right now. Shit.
No beef.
Hey, right. No smoke. Man, so check it. Tell me, so as we wrap it up, tell me what's next for They Be Trippin'.
So They Be Trippin', March 11th through the 14th, South Lake Tahoe, cabin fever. We're doing a cabin trip. Can't give all the details, but just know the Google form is on the They Be Trippin' page and also on Nothing Was Easy page and Westside Villain. So everything is up. Registration form, fill out the registration form, and more will be to come in the next couple of days. Facts.
Yes. Okay. We got, there we go. So what I love is, man, is that in order for folks to get the details, you got to go follow They Be Trippin' or go follow my man's Westside Villain or follow Nothing Was Easy. to get the details. And if you're serious, tap in. If you ain't serious, don't waste these men's time because they really are putting stuff together for you to be able to have a better experience, right? Whether it be in Lake Tahoe, whether it be over across the country, right? So I also want to just say one more thing before we wrap it up. I need to hear what nothing was easy. What tell me. I want to know.
All right. It was easy. So
that's his Instagram name, y'all. His Instagram name is Nothing Was Easy.
What is he? So me, Trev, and another one of my partners had a pack that, we were all in JUCO. One was me and Trev was at San Francisco City, and he was at San Jose. And we all made a pact that we were going to finish college, come back to the Bay, handle business, take care of the community. So one of my partners, he finished before me and Trev, and he came back. And he ended up getting in a car accident and he died. So that was one of my best friends. Man. So we called him Easy, E-A-Z-Y. That was his nickname. Okay. And the reason I put Nothing Was Easy because just life in general. And I feel like it fits everything that I've been through. Nothing was easy. It's been times where me and Trev like this. So it's been times where me being down and out, Trev then took care of me. Like went into his mom's house, let me stay there, 19 years old, trying to figure it out. So having that's where Nothing Was Easy came from because we pretty much made a pact. Like we gonna finish college, we gonna handle business. And after that, I was like, I'll never change my Instagram name. It's something that sits deeper with me than most people probably even know what the Instagram name means. Now they do. But yeah, that was like one of my best friends. And as soon as he got back from college, he just finished, got in a car accident and died. So it was kind of like, damn, now me and Trev, we was like, we gotta continue, this legacy of handling business, gotta keep it going. Because at the end of the day, it's like, you never know. This shit can happen like this and it can happen to anybody. And that's why I kind of live life the way I do. If it's a trip or something I want to do, I'll do it because you never know. We've all lost a bunch of partners, especially being from the Bay Area and being the areas we from. Yeah. You never know when shit can happen. So I simply live life like shit. It is what it is. You never know. So Nothing Was Easy came from Elijah, my one of my best friends. So rest in peace to my boy. Yeah. But yeah, and that's another thing that pushes me. Just knowing people like that never had the opportunity to, really grow and be an adult. Never had the opportunity to have kids and things just like that. It's kind of like, that's what kind of drives me and other friends, so I'm gonna keep this shit pushing for all my people. And, we just getting started with these trips. Right. We just getting started. It's only going to get bigger and bigger. I want to get to a point where it's ridiculous. It's already ridiculous. If you ain't signed up, you might want to sign up because we already pretty much full. So you might want to sign up ASAP. But, we're getting to a point. I'm getting to a point now where I'm just appreciating the people in my life. It's more so of material shit. Yeah, that shit is cool. But I much more enjoy the times where I get to kick it with my partners and kick it with my family and Thanksgiving. And, when you're younger, you kind of don't appreciate that shit. But as you get older, you lose more people get older. It's like, that's really all you got. That material shit is cool. Yeah, I could sit in the house with 1,000 pair of Gucci shoes, but that ain't gonna make me happy. Right. But if I got 10 of my partners in here, we kicking and shooting and shit, hey, you feel me? So that's my whole mindset. My mindset as I get older is kind of switching. And I'm glad because I never thought it came a point in time like, am I ever going to get out of the material shit or get out of the bullshit? Right. But as you get older, it just like, it doesn't happen for everybody, but it was like a switch clicked in my head. It's like, it's time to grind because if you keep waiting, you're going to see life pass you by at the end of the day.
Man, well, so I'll say this, man. I am very much so strategic with hand selecting people to be on the podcast, but it's for everyone. And I go off of vibes because vibes don't lie. People do. Vibes don't lie. Right? And I really appreciate just everything that you've said tonight. What I also appreciate for some, your Instagram name hit home for me when it came to going back to everything that we've talked about. When I hear Nothing Was Easy with the Z, considering your boy, there's a lot that you can unpack in that name alone. It, to me, goes right back into wins because in every win, there's always a process. There's always some type of struggle. There's always some type of grind. You know what I mean? Right. And I love the fact that y'all made that pact to not give up. And then you also give love to your boy Easy to be able to continue to move forward, man, the way that you have been, man. So with that being said, man, I really appreciate you so much more, bro. Like I already had more appreciation for you, but I'm gonna say it live and direct so y'all see it from my face. That's a brother. It ain't for the clout. That's brother now, and he knows that, and even more so, you know now. I want to thank you for your time because we talked about that time. So I'm gonna send you a shirt because nothing was free, and so you know what I'm saying, nothing was free. But I really appreciate you giving me your time tonight, man, and really getting open and being transparent, and staying authentic, bro. This is what this is about. Be authentic. Don't come on here being fake as shit because I will cut you off. The Zoom will go a click, and you will never make it here again. We ain't doing none of that. But man, thank you again, everybody. If you do not know Jovan Fulton Wilson, I want you to go to his Instagram page. Nothing was easy. Go to They Be Trippin, go to Westside Villain, tap in and follow. Don't just go lurk. Follow the folks and get to know them a little bit better. And they'll let you know if they want you to slide in their DM or not, because you might get declined, whatever. And then you're losing. And we're back. But with that being said, hey, check this out. We got the website about to drop soon with the new logo and the brand. The folks on the podcast are gonna get the new logo and the shirt and whatnot, and all the apparel. And at the same time, we're about to upload all these different podcasts up on the YouTube Y.O.W channel. And at the same time, just know if you get selected to be on this podcast, it's for you to be able to come on here and talk about your wins and inspire other people to be an inspiration to other people. And as my man Jovan said, he loves to pay it forward. So check him out.
Let me give a couple of shout outs before I'm off. Shout out to my brother, Drip Set Clothing. Follow him on Instagram, Drip Set Clothing. Follow Grit, GRIT clothing line too. You know, I gotta give my people a shout out.
You gotta do it. It's your platform.
And definitely follow Year of Wins. It's a must. It's a must. It's a must. It's a must.
You gotta
shout out to all my people. If I forgot somebody, I'm sorry. C-Car Mounting Services.
100K, what's the name? 100K.
Call me 100K. Oh, Breaking Hearts Clothing. You feel
Breaking Hearts Clothing. I follow him, Pierre.
You follow him, and shout out to all my people who I support. Pride and Purpose Clothing Line. That's a Richmond clothing line. You feel me? If I forgot anybody, I apologize.
It's never bad. It's never bad. My boy Cam.
It's never bad. Oh. Black Neighborhood, the Black Neighborhood.
Hey, my boy Royce. Okay.
I'm forgetting some other people, but I got y'all.
It's all good. That's the great thing about them following your Instagram so they can tap in. Y'all heard that? Follow the Instagram and tap in with the winner.
Tap.
Anyway, hey, we appreciate your time, man. And with that being said, the Y.O.W symbol, bro. The Y, the O, the W. About that Y.O.W. We ain't throwing up gang signs, but you about that Y.O.W. And we're back. Anyway.
Year of Wins.
Year of Wins. Let's go. Hey, I love you, boy. I'm going to tap in with you, man. Bro. Till next time, tap in the Year of Wins podcast. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's go.
Good night.